What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. So, guys, there's a saying: never be rude to people because you never know who they gonna turn out to be. I mean, just look at my 49ers. Brock Purdy was the last person drafted in the NFL draft last year. And this year, he's one game away from taking our guys to the Super Bowl. I don't want to jinx him, but it's true. So you never know what somebody's going to become in life. And that is really true with our boy, Flo Rida. Now, Flo Rida is a songwriter, song producer, artist who, I mean, he's been doing this thing, especially in the early 2000s, late 2000s. I mean, he was doing this thing, right? Making a lot of money. He was bringing people on and stuff like that. But he also was doing some things in the endorsement field, right? Now, that brings us to the situation where we're at today. Now, recently, he was awarded $82.6 million in his breach of contract lawsuit against energy drink maker Celsius, with whom he had an endorsement deal with. Now, that's just part of this equation right now, right? I want to play this clip that kind of sums it up, and then I'm going to come back.
So Flo Rida wins an $82 million lawsuit against Celsius energy drink. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and you gotta check this out. So Flo Rida has won his multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Celsius energy drink, which the hitmaker accused of cutting him out of a business deal. In an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box earlier in January, Flo said he believes he popularized the product after he was asked to be the beverage's brand ambassador back in 2014.
This morning, tell us how this relationship came about and what's now at stake.
Well, this started back in 2014. I was asked to be the brand ambassador for Celsius. I mean, this was a young company out of the state of Flo Rida. And, you know, myself, I thrive on health. You know, since being in ninth grade, all I did was, you know, love fitness, knowing that health is really wealth. So I was in this thing for the long haul. And basically, when it came down to getting compensated, you know, it was a time during the pandemic where I got a chance to really sit back and check out all my business. And in this one in particular, I checked it out. They were telling me that, you know, one of the products that I was endorsing wasn't selling. And then I got a chance to really look at it, and I was doing more than well. So, I mean, basically, they approached me. I was out doing a fitness DVD out in LA, and the product, you know, represented what I represent, healthy lifestyle. And this was basically like the only one. So I was like, you know, I think I could.
So $82.6 million is a lot of damn money. I ain't made 2 or even 0.6 million, let alone 80. So you know I'm mad. But let's get to the point. He made that money, and guess what? It's all his. But check this out. Flo Rida used to be very involved with supermodel Melyssa Ford. Now, for those of you who don't remember Melyssa Ford was a video vixen, like crazy, like very, very beautiful. She's from Toronto, but we used to always see her in like men's magazines, especially for black women, or for black men's magazines, things like that. She was killing it, right? And she was with Flo Rida. But something happened. They broke up. And this brings me back to a legendary podcast that Alpha Male Strategies had with the roommates. Let's play that clip.
My audience, and I point this out, is a purple pill guys, and that's guys who understand female nature, but they're willing to get into a relationship anyway. And they ask me about marriage, and I just say, with me, it's just not worth the chance. And the thing is, as you guys are on your purpose, you don't know what this thing gonna be. So you might say, okay, we can get married. She's a school teacher, and so our incomes are equal, but you on your purpose. Who's to say what this podcast is worth to Spotify or Tidal or whoever, 10 years from now. Mm-hmm. And you didn't foresee that. Yeah. And that's the issue what guys got to understand is that if you own your purpose and you plan on starting your business, who knows what Alpha Male Strategies is 10 years from now? Mm-hmm. I might be a billionaire, or somebody might say, well, hey, we want you to do Showtime at the Apollo, which leads to movies. You never know. So guys think like, well, I don't do nothing. I make 30 grand a year. What's the big deal? Yeah, if you own your purpose, you never know what 5 or 10 years from now going to be. Jeff Bezos didn't know he was going to become the richest man in the world. Yeah. You just don't know. And so
now let's look at where they are at in life right now, right? Melyssa Ford is 46. Flo Rida is 42 or 43. $82 million richer. She's now a recurring guest host on the Joe Budden Podcast. To be a recurring guest host on the Joe Budden Podcast means one thing. Melyssa Ford is not what she used to be. Now, it's not that she's not beautiful. Let's not leave that alone. Because we all know everybody gets older. Even male athletes get older, whatever, right? But you see like what Mike Tyson did. Mike Tyson got a great podcast. Melyssa Ford is playing an anchor on Joe Budden's podcast, which, I mean, I'm not a real big fan of Joe Budden's podcast, but Joe Budden does his thing, right? She didn't make the transition with all of the beauty and all of the connections like we've seen with some other people. Like who? I'm glad you asked that question. We've seen it with Kim Kardashian. We've even seen it with Lizzo. We've seen these women make big transitions using their audience into something else in the industry. Rihanna don't even do music anymore because Rihanna is so damn rich. But Melyssa Ford didn't do that. Melyssa Ford's life has hit a decline. She's not what she used to be. Now, just think about what Alpha Male Strategy said. What if Flo Rida had married her? Oh my God. He would have had to give up $82 million of that money. But that's why everybody's making fun of her ass right now. Because why? You had a guy, you had the chance, he's $82 million richer, and guess what? You over there with Joe Budden's podcast, maybe getting like $200,000 a year, something like that. Now, I'm not making fun of her, but I'm just saying, that's how you win in life, guys. And this is the thing. So many men are trying to make women regret not dealing with them by, saying mean things to them, cursing them out, coming with some of the red pill rhetoric. And listen, I've been that guy myself, like, in my younger years, I've said things that have been, not nice or whatever. So especially when I didn't know any better, right? But how you make somebody really miss you is be successful. That's what you do. Because every time I go back home, right, it's a true story. When I go back to Sacramento, I go back home, I go to Target, I go to Walmart, and I come across the chicks I used to deal with, and man, I used to be like so crying over them and all this stuff. And I see them, pushing the strollers with the sandals on. I see them with like 3 different baby daddies and stuff. I see they don't even want me, they don't even want to look at me because they already, they know how I'm doing well right now, right? That's my revenge in a way. And I'm not saying it to do that, but that's how you get back. And also, don't marry people who can't contribute to your life. Think about how many guys have gotten married to chicks. Look at Trevor Ariza. He's going through a situation right now. And you get married to somebody who can't even help you do anything. And then now all of a sudden, they're trying to ruin your life. Everything that they got trying to ruin your life. Can't see your kids and all this stuff. Because let me tell you something. As a man, you don't know what you're going to become. If you own your purpose. And if you're a man on your purpose, don't just marry anybody because they look good or because you're broke right now. Because you don't know what God got in store for you. That's why even my man Flo Rida, he's still pushing. He's still grinding. He's still getting after it. Some guys get money and stop, but not Flo Rida. He's still on the grizzle. And look at Melyssa Ford. Melyssa Ford is out there on Joe Budden's podcast as a sidekick when she could have had an opportunity. I won't say the next Kim Kardashian, but she could probably have been the next Rihanna. But now, you see, what if that would have been him? She would have took $40 million of that money and gave it away. Because they don't understand the business. Might as well keep that money to yourself and let other people suffer. But guys, what you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.